An I-team investigation exposes a blind spot in the licensing of commercial drivers.
Crashes involving big trucks are actually on the rise here in our area. Our chief investigator, Cheryl Fiandaca, uncovers the potential hazard on our highways.
The impact of a crash with the driver of a fully loaded tractor-trailer can be devastating.
You can kill a lot of people, and obviously if you're driving under the influence, that makes things, extremely bad.
That's what police in New Hampshire say happened last summer when a Massachusetts truck driver who was allegedly under the influence and on the wrong side of the road slammed into a group of marine motorcyclists, killing 7 and injuring several others.
It was like nothing I'd ever seen. Never in my life. It was awful.
And months later in Vermont, police say a near disaster was avoided when another Massachusetts truck driver who was allegedly drunk drove 10 miles on the wrong side of the interstate. The National Highway Safety Administration says the number of fatal crashes involving drivers of large trucks is on the rise, from 4,019 in 2015 to 4,600 in 2017. Don Lane is with New England Tractor Trailer Training School.
People need formal training to drive a vehicle of this size. As you can see from being inside this truck, it's a big vehicle. There's a lot going on, and it can do a lot of damage in a hurry.
And without mandatory training, experts say safety becomes an issue. So right now there are no minimum standards?
No. Someone could rent a truck and go take the CDL license test, and if they can pass, they will receive the CDL license. They've gone through everything in the classroom before they even touch a truck.
We went out on the road with Lane, who says the company trains nearly 3,000 drivers a year.
Safety is the main focal point. I'm watching oncoming traffic right now. I'm practicing speed and space management so they don't stop like a car would. You need a greater stopping distance. The road's a little wet. We could, go into a skid, which is the worst thing to do with a tractor trailer. There's different methods that are taught.
Last summer's fatal New Hampshire crash exposed serious failures by the Registry of Motor Vehicles to get potentially dangerous drivers off the road. The I-team has learned this year the registry suspended the licenses of 1,189 commercial drivers and prompted Governor Baker to propose legislation to tighten the regulations for truck drivers. But the bill does not require mandatory training.
I think it's something we should certainly look at.
Representative Adria Matero is the chair of the Joint Committee on Transportation.
And the governor proposed a lot of interesting ideas to that effect, but the one that you're talking about should be looked at because it would be something that potentially could make our roads safer. And again, that's our top priority.
Recently, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration announced it would require mandatory training for all commercial drivers starting in February of 2020. But it has already proposed a 2-year extension for compliance. Cheryl, Fiandaca, WBZ News.